something happened a couple months ago.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. Sometimes people can push you so much that they push you all the way into your next calling, into your next blessing, into your next life. And that's what happened with me.
Unfiltered.
Gather, people, gather. Your girl is bringing a full kettle of tea. We need to talk. Get comfy, get a drink, get a blanket, sit down, relax, and let's talk. Y'all ready? Let's get into it.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often.
Now, guys, let's start with, something fun, something light. Now, Cardi, I know I have been on your ass these last couple of weeks because, girl, I have to be honest, you were really irritating me. You were. But I have seen that you are really doing good at your tour. Everybody's outside. Look at everybody is coming outside. All the celebrities, they're dressing up, and it really looks like you are having a lot of fun on stage. I love this for you, girl, because you have been going through a lot. Let the streets tell it. Or let Debs tell it, because, I made a video or two. But, girl, you know what Beyonce said? The best revenge is your paper. And I know you said you had to invest some of your own money in the tour, but by the looks of it, you got your return. Now, girl, this tour has been real spicy, I've seen. Now, what can I expect, Cardi? Because you are a former stripper. So I cannot be so surprised or this is really you. And I must say, you always look nice. Now, aside from all the shenanigans, we have to talk about something else too, Cardi. Because what is with all this tumbling, girl? Now, when I saw you tumble, and I knew this would happen, once I heard you were doing a act with a chair and whatever, I was like, oh, Lord, oh, God. When I hear chair, that's where it starts with me. When I hear chair, I'm like, oh. But this is a personal thing that I'm going to tell you in a minute, but I had to do some research. So I had to really pull up the picture, Cardi, and look at that chair. And once I saw that chair, I was like, is this an IKEA chair? Because I don't know if that is how it transfers on the screen. But the chair is looking real janky, Cardi. Real IKEA-ish. Now, wait. Because I love IKEA. Personally, me. Nothing against IKEA. Nothing. But for this show, girl. And if I was your bestie, if I was your personal assistant, and I would see that chair there during the rehearsal, I would be like, what is this chair? Is this chair for tonight? You're going to use this chair? And you would have said, yes, I will. I would have said, absolutely, embarrassing me as your friend. Right then and there, I would have ordered another chair for you. Because I think you really got, encouraged by seeing things like this. Beyonce, seeing things like this. You see the wooden chair, the real janky chair. You were like, this will do. So it was only a matter of time that you were going to tumble, girl. I don't like this chair, Cardi. I don't like this chair at all. And I've heard you said something about you are going to Colombia to get rid of that ass.
Thanks for this, because that was insane. Like, no, nothing. You're a fucking star. Like, Jesus Christ. You have so much ass. Yeah, I gotta say, that was the most ass I ever seen.
I'm taking some out. After this tour, I don't want to hear nobody for 3 months. I'm going to Colombia. Nobody hit me up. Nobody nothing. I'm taking this ass out.
Now, I do think you need to get some of it out. It's really getting really big. However, I know what you are going through, and I think you went through it like a star trooper. When you said the government was trying to get you, and that's why you fell off that chair, I nearly fell out. I thought this was a great comeback because I remember years ago, oh God, what is it called when they cook in front of you and they give you I think it's like teppanyaki or what is it? Put it in the comments. But anyway, I was with a group of people. And Cardi, I am telling you this because we are from the same big booty committee. Chairs like this. Now, I was in a restaurant with a whole group of people. Now, this man was cooking, doing the thing, and whatever. And the whole thing was that he wants to flip something, and then you have to catch it with your mouth and flip it or whatever. Now, we were with the whole group, and we were having fun. But once the man said, he was making this move, I already knew what was coming. That whole group, they didn't want to do it. And I was like, because the mood was nice. I wanted to keep the mood going. So here Deb goes. Let me sacrifice myself and let me do this. Guys, once I decided that I was going to be the one to catch that piece of egg, I made a big hoopla of it. So the people in the restaurant were looking out. They were like, yes. Why I did, because other people had that too on their table. Why I had to make a big, grandiose, big thing out of it, I don't know. Now the man was gearing up. I was like, yes. And I felt one of the chair, the leg of the chair. I felt it. I heard it, but it went fast. So I leaned back, guys, to get this piece of egg. Not only did I fall back with the chair, but the chair totally gave out, collapsed. But let me tell you, it was like 6 of us. After that, there were 5 people eating there. I stayed underneath that table for at least, but I need to check it with other people, at least 5 minutes. And it's a long time. I pretended that something was wrong with my foot. If I tell you, embarrassment, guys. So first of all, when I actually fell back, I heard the people, whoo. This is what I heard. But then, once I didn't come up, then the people started a little laughing. I said, the hell that I'm not getting up. And I stayed there for 5 minutes, do something with my foot. I wanted to die. Now, after that, I went to the bathroom, and my cousin really had to talk me into going back into that restaurant. So, Cardi, I know what you are going through, and I had no business on this, because my chair, your chair is plastic. My chair was kind of like a wooden chair, with a velvet, where you sit on was a little bit velvet, I remember. But that chair was gone. And after that, I went to several restaurants that had the same concept of whatever. But I don't know if it's something in me, something exuding out of my pores. The chef doesn't even look at me anymore. It's like don't ask me shit. Don't ask me this. It's like they already feel it. They don't even attempt to do nothing. I am not effing with these chairs, but you learned your lesson, because once you fell, that it's over. So I know you got something in place now, but girl, I have to tell you, that was funny. Now, the next topic, guys, that I had on my list was, of course, the documentary of America's Next Top Model. Now, everybody has been talking about this documentary. Now, I don't know if everyone saw it. I don't know if y'all seen it. If so, you might want to pause the video, but I'm not going really in-depth into it. Not really, but I'm going to touch up on a few things. Tyra Banks. Now, first of all, I fell in love with Tyra ever since I saw this movie, and I want to know if y'all remember this movie, Higher Learning. When I saw that movie, I fell in love with her, really. Fell out of love with her real quick after that, but I fell in love with the girl. But soon thereafter, I kind of lost touch with Tyra. I don't know what it is, guys. It's like the same for me with Oprah. They're good for the culture. I love the way they paved the way in some aspects. But it's something I just can't connect. I have to be honest. However, can I recognize that what she did with America's Next Top Model is an A+, A for effort. The way she tried to change the modeling world up, for that, I really commend her. But something shifted. Started with the Gen Z, started in 2020, and these past shows were being binge-watched and re-evaluated. I heard a lot of people say, you have to look at these shows in a very different lens because it was a very different time, which is absolutely true. But some things, guys, are just pure common sense. Let me be very honest with you right off the bat, so we could dead this real quick, but I'm going to try to make it a little longer for you. Listen, here is where the issue starts for me. I hate how the contestants are really being presented to us, because it's clear to me, very clear, that the documentary makers, in their mind, their vision, is to really portray these contestants as powerless. Reflection to me and accountability is hard to find, even though I heard it several times. I should have done better. We could have done better. But then they rebuttal it with, but this and this and that. So that's not real accountability to me. So that's my second problem I'm having with it. Then what I also have a problem with is that growth is really being implied, but it's not really demonstrated as growth to me. So what I've seen this whole documentary, even until the very end, when one of the contestants, I forgot her name, I'm going to put her name on the screen, right after Tyra said something, she was like, that sounds like a lot of bullshit. So you could clearly see how the documentary wanted to portray these things. Tyra is the monster. We were the kids. The end. And it might be emotionally satisfying, but I think it's intellectually very lazy, Netflix. Very lazy. Now, we cannot negate the fact, guys, that Tyra built this. She built it. But the judges, they ran it. And let's be honest, the contestants, they powered it. And we as the audience, guys, we fed it. So I think we're all complicit in this. We all should have done better. Because us as the audience, we were eating it up. Did we file one complaint? Now, maybe one or two. I didn't see it. So they did a great way of covering it up, if that was the case. We had ways to reach the media. Did we do that in large numbers? Absolutely not. We tuned in every week. So we are complicit in this too. Then you had the judges. You sat there every week. One was a visionary, did all the visions. The other one was the extraordinaire. What have you done? Talked about the girls, their body and this and that, and now you're the victim. We really have to look at this, guys. That is not okay. Now, was it not nice of Tyra to not talk with you? Of course, it was not nice. But there are a lot of things in this world that are not nice. I can tell you that. Now, if you ask me, Debs, don't you think these contestants were being exploited? Yes. Absolutely. They were young. They were manipulated easily. They had $1 and a dream. They really wanted to go there and make it. The entertainment world and that modeling world, it could take you out if you are not a really strong. And when you're so young, you don't have that yet. Now, Ebony's case, I really think she done her wrong too. When it comes to microaggressions, when it comes to the ashy skin and the way they done her hair, which at that time, that happens in the real world of the modeling agency. But saying it happens in the real world 5,000 times doesn't make it right. I don't think they were really equipped to say no or yes to certain things. It depends also how you grew up. And I heard that Ken Mock say that a lot of these girls came from broken homes. So if you are not really equipped, if you do not really know how to stand on your morals, this is where it goes wrong. Because I think there is one girl in this whole American Next Top Model now. Put it in the comments if there were more. Because at some point, I tuned out. So I can't say. But there was one girl that walked away and said, I don't need this shit. I don't want this. A white girl. She said, I think she was even in the documentary. But all the other girls, they had a dream and a real hope, not only becoming a winner, but having the exposure to an extent that even after they leave that show, winner or not, they would really profit off of this show. They really had that belief. So they let things slide. Is this a lesson? I would say this is a lesson for them as well. But they were young, so they really need grace. But to say Tyra is the monster and she did it all, guys, I can't get with it. Now, I know some of you might not like it, but I can't get with it. I'm sorry. Do I think she knew certain things? Absolutely. We saw that with that girl. What's her name? Shandy. That is a whole nother story. Now, I see people feeling so sorry for her. How could this be filmed? Absolutely toxic. Should this have been filmed? If you ask me, I would say no. At some point, cut the cameras. But again, we were complicit too, because weren't we watching the thing? When her boyfriend cussed her out, when she was kissing with the boy in the bathtub, we ate it up. Now, did they protect the girl? Absolutely not. Did this girl come from a broken home? No real strong backbone behind her, nothing. Because, I stand with the women. But after you said that you drank 2 bottles of wine, not one, two, girl, what do you expect us to do?
Okay, so basically, we were just so excited to have any kind of interaction with anyone besides production and each other. So when they said, hey, what do you guys think about, those guys that you rode on the Vespas with when you first got here and you went to all the go-sees? what do you guys think about inviting them over for dinner and like drinks? And we were like, duh. Yes, especially because like the guy that drove me around was so hot and we had such a great connection, but he didn't end up showing up. It was like the other guys. So I was a little disappointed at first. And then because it was also like, testosterone that like people, like dudes that we could interact. And they're all super.
It's an all-male college, so just imagine my struggle.
Yeah, and they were so nice. You know what's crazy is me, April, and Mercedes had this conversation before we got in of like, let's behave ourselves. So then I saw Mercedes, and then like I looked at this dude, and he looked at me, and he just like grabbed me, and I was like, let's do this. And then April's like, I gotta go. I have a boyfriend. Bye. Which is what I should have done, but that's not what happened.
I don't know. I really don't know. We can't put it all on Tyra. So if you ask me, the show was toxic, the industry was toxic, the production was very irresponsible, Tyra was flawed, the judges were reckless, and some of the contestants were very messy. And the audience, again, was complicit. That's how I feel about it. And Netflix, if you wanted to portray this in a different way from all angles, you would have invited Eva to give, different perspective. This was supposed to be one messy, let's get Tyra documentary. And in that, I think you kind of succeeded. But for us, with a little bit more of a brain, looking past all the toxicity, we can see that it's not completely fair. But let me know in the comments, guys. I talked way too long about this. Now, guys, since this is Black History Month, I have some sad news, guys. Your girl, Nicki Minaj, and Trump fell in love and are now in a full-blown relationship together.
I love Nicki Minaj. She was here a couple of weeks ago. She's so beautiful. Her skin's so beautiful. I said, Nicki is so beautiful. Her nails are like that long. I said, Nicki, are they real? She said, she didn't want to get into that. But she was so beautiful and so great. And she gets it, more importantly, frankly, she gets it.
Now, Trump, you just can't seem to shake it. And I don't know what it is. But the political optics, it just keeps on being the same. Now, the fact that you praise celebrities strategically is something that we have seen throughout. And you do it very well. You have been doing this. However, you are still Trump. So the way you keep reducing women, reducing them to only their aesthetics, is crazy to me. Skin, nails, looks. You see how you do with Nicki Minaj. Because in your mind, that is all they're worth. Being pretty, sitting down, doing what the fuck they're told, and that's that. And when you get these stupid celebrities like a Nicki Minaj or whatever, they lean into it. And your only validation is currency. But their whole scheme is currency too. I think it's a win-win. But this political proximity, Nicki, you make me sick. Being such a token, such a bootlicking individual just overnight. And maybe it was not overnight. Maybe this was you all along. I don't care what strategy, I don't care what desperation was behind this, and now you're in it. Girl, it's bad. Maybe not for your family when it comes monetary-wise, but it's very bad, Nicki. I think for your spirit, too. And once this fades, girl, once you are being disposed, because listen, you will be disposed. You will be. I hope you really understand. You hold no power. Once that is done, who are you going to lean into? Your fans? Those new conservative fans that you accumulated now? The ones that only listen to 2 of your songs? Because Pop That Pussy and the Pussy is... That's not what they're listening to. Maybe in secret. But they don't dare to listen to that out loud. And then I saw you brought your auntie. Now, your auntie was even getting emotional. Now, this auntie of yours, Nicki, I don't know where you find these people on the side of the road, put them in a dress or whatever. Watch.
They invited me twice before Congress to testify for the beautiful bill that's going to change crime in the district. If you kill somebody, okay, you take a life, you do life. Just that simple. If you do a hush crime, you do hush time. Just that simple. And then we need National Guard, and which we did years ago. He brought it on. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
Ma'am, what are you talking about? When you do hash crime, you do hash stuff. Hey, guys, auntie, listen. Now, I don't want to insult you or whatever, but auntie, you look a little bit, just a little bit discombobulated. A little bit crackish. You really do. And the fact in this Black History Month, in this reception, knowing full and damn well that this man does not support anything black. The way you stand there and just do this message, and at one point I saw you looking to the side because you don't even believe what you're saying. It's crazy. How much did they pay you? I would tell you in a minute it is not worth a dime. But I still want to know how much because then, you know, if you're weak-minded, I could see. And then, Nikki, you brought your nephew too. Your cousin. But I'm going to save him for my church mess part 2 video. Nikki, you are the embarrassment of 2025 and 2026, girl. You are top rank up till now. But you don't belong to us anymore, so just do, girl. Just do. Now, Fantasia, girl. Now, this one is layered, guys. This one is very layered. Now, her father publicly accused her husband, Kendall, of financial wrongdoings. I don't know if you have seen. I think you have. But this is what you call family mess.
I want y'all to love her and pray for her. The work that I put in with my kids at a young age, I dare not let somebody that I know manipulate. I got proof. You can't come on stage and put together a cry and this, that, and the other when I was just told a week or so ago by a financial person that was fired from her camp that they were running up on him because there was money missing and there was no paper trail on his part. The other folk got fired, but he got her fired. I had one, not only just one, to call me and said, how you gonna do your daughter like I ain't done nothing to my daughter. And I'm blessing my daughter. And my daughter don't talk to me because I'm trying to help her. You say you love God, but you put a man before him. How can a man come out of prison and then listen to the video? The man said, she chose me. Bible readers, is that what the word say? He supposed to chose her. On behalf of my daughter, even if she hate me and I don't hardly talk, it don't matter. I don't care how she feel about me. I'm responsible. I made her. You can't, and it ain't about no money. Like I say, I ain't worried about that. It's just Mary J, Wendy Williams, a lot of them. Why not her? But if this happened and it don't work out, the ones that went against me, they gonna tuck their tail and run and hide.
Now, what I really respect from you, Fantasia, is that you stood up for your husband. You weren't having it. So you went on the internet and you said the following. I wasn't going to do this, but this has gotten out of hand. Joseph Barino, I can't even call you a dad or a father. Oh, God, Dad, she coming for your ass. You are a donor. Hey, you are a donor. Hey, donor you are. Joseph, we have covered for you long enough. I don't know covered, but covered as in covering up your mess or covered for you financially. Could be both. My mom and me made you look like you were an okay man. But now you have come from my king. Yes, girl, your king. Tonight I will go live, and behind me will stand all who know you. How can someone steal if Fantasia Taylor is the CEO and my king, Kendall Taylor, is the president of all our companies? Hey, girl. Married woman, 11 years. You better stand up for your man. But I do hope, Fantasia, that in a couple of years, this man doesn't leave you sitting on the couch with 4 strands of hair, rocking back and forth, and this is not what I want for your life. So the fact that you came up, our king, our president, God, I hope this is all he is. Because, girl, I've seen people come forth like that, big mouth, having gray skin, 1 piece of hair, just sitting, just going. But I hope that is not your story. So if that is not your story, this is good. And I hope You did a little investigation just to make sure. Listen, it is your husband 11 years. But just to make sure, because the whole let's renew our vows, on the 11th year, I find kind of weird. Why the 11th year? Why not a full year? But, once you want to do it, if you have love in your heart, you want to do it now, you want to do it now. So, okay. The renewing of the vows, 11. And then, right before your daddy came out, now this whole Valentine's thing comes. Fantasia, I hope this was not crisis management, from Kendall's part. You could just do a little research on the side. But you are the CEO, so I think you thought about that. But, Dad, listen. I know this Victoria girl, that sister of, Glorilla, Bro-Rilla. She opened up the floodgates for all of you family members to come forth and just say whatever you want to say. But the way you act, Dad, lets me know what the temperature is of your relationship. And if you ever want to make something out of your relationship with your daughter, do you think this was the right way? Do you think this was the proper way to come forth about the husband that she loves oh so much? All parents know once you say something to your child out of the way, you have to go about it very poised, but you don't have that fatherly bone. Because you went to the internet. And why don't do it privately? Like, listen, I really do believe that this man is eating your money up. Now, I know I am your father. You don't like this. But daughter, I will let you decide. You are a grown woman and I will let you make your decisions. But I just want to say this to you. I think it's eating your money. And then just leave. And then just be very nice to her husband or whatever. But you just planted a seed there. Boom. Or something like that. I don't know. But the way you did it now, it's over. Oh, the little thing you had, it's gone. And if this stemmed from you being afraid that your allowance would be gone because this man and, the financial, it's all gone now, Dad. You have to really find another source because that wallet is all the way closed. Fantasia, don't go live. Don't give this any energy. This is your king. You are the CEO. This is this. Leave it. All right? Okay. Now, we've also seen, and this was hot news, that Prince Andrew was arrested. Imagine, guys, being arrested on your birthday, laying in your bed, just going over the day. And like, life is good. Now, I am stripped away from some of my titles and everything, but life is actually good. Now, what will I do today? And suddenly you hear, pop, pop, people coming into your mansion, giving you the birthday present of the year. Jail. Now, you weren't there for long, so that's a good thing because then in the evening, around 7 p.m., they let your ass go. But that birthday is ruined, depending how you look at it, because 7 p.m., that could also mean that you were like, I'm out, celebrating that you were out, and this could be. But Andrew, you've been very problematic, using HRH and military affiliations and all the things. You were stripped from your titles. Now you're in the files. Now that infamous picture that you had with Ghislaine, that doesn't go away either. Now you said you had no dealings. The people came out with pictures, came out with receipts. But that is not what you were arrested for. You were actually arrested for leaking, very, very important information. Government information. Information also of the kingdom. The royal kingdom. And people don't play with that. Now that kind of corruption, that could land you some real jail time. Some real jail time, Prince Andrew. But you are all over the file. So they'll get you on this now. But I'm sure the other things will follow. Because they're really doing an investigation now. So they're really going into your computer as well. So I'm sure they'll find extra things they weren't even looking for. Now, I heard you said you wanted to go to Saudi Arabia or you wanted to go, I don't know, not Dubai. It was the other one you wanted to go. And you were planning to go there because they couldn't get you from there because they don't have some type of agreement with the UK. So they couldn't have got you there. But you were too late. The people didn't warn you. So there you were in your bed. And now you can't go anymore. The moment you step in your private jet or you land on that airport, it's over. You had to act faster. You were slow. This whole royal machine protects you until it can't. And I think we're here now. But we are really going to see what kind of shenanigans and foolishness you have done within these Epstein files. Because they're really digging in your ass now. They really want you to go down, Andrew. Let me tell you this. So we'll see. And the same for you, Naomi Campbell. You have been into these Epstein files as well, all over the files. Now, let me be very clear. The fact that your name is in these files doesn't necessarily mean that you knew what was going on. It does not equal guilt. But let the streets tell it. One of the people that you were affiliated with, one of the models or whatever, I don't know, she came forth and said this.
Or have like a good friend that like really confided in you and tried to get out of this?
Yes.
And what would their story be like?
So one of my best friends, she's not here today. She was human trafficked by Naomi Campbell. And Naomi is also Diddy's, the godmother. I was going to say godfather because I think Naomi is not a woman.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't think she is a woman. That's just my feeling.
Okay.
I've spoken with her.
Born a woman, you mean?
I think she is I don't think she's born as a woman.
Okay.
So she is the godmother to Diddy's children. My friend was an artist, and she was
like a painter.
Yeah, painter, artist, and her father was big in the music industry, very well known. So she could have been a model, but she was 5'2".
Right, and back then you really needed to be.
You had to
tall.
be 5'8" to start. So she started meeting with all these famous people, and they connected her with certain people, and then all of a sudden she's at these parties, and I see she's doing drugs and getting out of control, and eventually I had to start rescuing her from parties, and then a few of the times I had to rescue her from Naomi Campbell's apartment.
Now, girl, where you lost me is where you started about Naomi's gender and you not believing she is a woman. That's where you lost me. It's done. Put you in a cupboard. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. The once you started like that is where you lost me. I had no ear. I didn't listen anymore. Because when you started with the trafficking, I was very focused. When you came with that piece of information, girl, I was done. So we are going to pretend like you didn't say this. However, Naomi, look at your girl. The question that will remain with everybody is, what was the nature of the contact? What did you exactly know? Because you've been sitting up there with Ghislaine or whatever, and you were in the modeling world. Didn't they recruit the models to come there to the island? It's not looking good, sis. I want to keep it nuanced. I do not want to get this into an old outrage. But sis, you have to tread lightly because people are really digging through them files. And you know how they easily want to point finger at the black person. So I don't know how much protection you get still, but we will be focused on this, on the development of this Naomi. I am very sorry. Now, guys, I also wanted to put this clip in. Have you seen this?
I'm not going to kneel down because I'm the king. So, babe, this is for you. I want you to please spend the rest of my life with me. Come on.
Now, sis, let me tell you this. He is not going to kneel because he's the king. Cousin, listen to me. This man is going to run you through the mud. In 3 years, you will be sitting there with 2 pieces of hair like this in a rocking chair, therapy. Because you're not married yet, I was like, let me put you in the video. So somebody can send this segment to you and you might want to reconsider. Because who told him that a king does not kneel? I never heard such a thing. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to say, Deb, in that culture, because I have the same culture and kneeling is a form of, because your knees, please. And why bring all your ego into the proposal? I'm not going to kneel, but just propose. You want to ask her to marry, you want to get married. I'm not going to do this. Already, you're not going to do something. Already. From jump, we're not even married yet. I'm not going to kneel because I'm the king. What is she? Cousin, let me tell you, don't do it. Do not do this. The way I would have sat there and told him, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the answer tomorrow. I'm going to think about it. I'm sorry. The fact that you said that totally would have ruined it. But then at the same time, I'm very glad he said it right then and there. Because that, if you have a piece of discernment in your body, which I don't think, because I think you said yes, you would have go right and ate your crab legs or your fufu or whatever it is you were eating and just said, listen, I will get back with you tomorrow. I have to think. These are the type of men that will completely make you go crazy. Get it from your girl. I said it. Now, if you want to go ahead and marry and not listen to the unfiltered family here, I'm sure someone in the comments is going to say, don't speak for all of us. Yes, I'm speaking for all of us. If you do not want to listen, we will circle back with you in a few years. But girl, we already warned you, daughter. It's not going to end well with a guy like this. Now, I don't know, guys. Everything just seems chaotic in this world. Every week, I'm like, this news, now it's kind of slow. But hell no, it ain't. Always something to talk about. This world is really discombobulated, guys. Really. Chaotic. But I hope I could lighten the mood a little bit. I hope you had fun with your girl. Thank you for spending your evening with me or whenever you're going to watch this. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to talk about and just let me know your opinion. You know how we do. I love cutting up with you in the comments. Have a nice weekend, guys. Click that notification bell because you know we have to do the 90 days and everything. I have things planned. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.